Yo, what's up with it? This your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the third house, back with another reading. This is going to be another pick a card reading. We're going to be asking the question, what spiritual gift were you meant to share with the world? Now, we probably have more than, well, I'm sure we have more than one spiritual gift, but I want to know, like, maybe what's the main gift? You know what I mean? So I did this reading before, right? I didn't record it. I just kind of like, I did it, right? But I did it with 4 piles. So before I recorded, I was like, man, this is not that interesting. I didn't even, you know what I mean, like check the cards. I seen a couple of cards falling. I was like, this is probably not going to be that interested. So I went to go scrap it. But before I go scrap it, I felt like, let me just see what I gave up. You know what I mean? So, I scrap it. I pick the cards up. I look at the cards. I was like, oh wow, and it changed my perspective on the signs, like what their gifts are, and some of it is their behavior. And it's like a gift, for them to like push us or move us, or, you know what I mean? So it started changing my perspective on the signs and on people that I know. And so I was like, let's do this again. Let's do it again and see what comes up, you know what I mean? So here we are. All right, so this time, we're gonna get it. All right, so this is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, this is pile 4, right? And we're asking, what spiritual gift are you meant to share with the world? All right, so we're gonna get started with pile 1. Boom, pile 1. So pile 1, I gotta get that today. Pile 1, what spiritual gift were you meant to share with the world? Okay. So for sure, your spiritual gift is about being an individual. The word autonomy comes to mind. I'm not even for sure what that word means all the way, but it just came to mind. Because I see free, individuality, act as if, which is usually about blending in with others, but it's in reverse. So this is you standing out. And then we have independence, and this is the chakra that's grounding all of this is the solar plexus, which is about authenticity, being one's truest self. So that is really who you are. And then observer in reverse, and we have first house. So all this is about individuality, being authentic and true to you. All right. This is taking look. So you have 2 cards of contemplation. So a lot of this is about considering how you genuinely feel, considering how so you're learning to share. This is what your gift is. Your gift is basically showing other people how to be true to themselves. How to change their own perspectives on beliefs that they've already created, like preconceived ideas that they've had for themselves and for other people. But this is more so like how you see yourself, because first house is showing up, and then the very first card is chameleon spirit, right? So chameleon spirit, like I said, upright is acting as if, so it's like blending in. But here it's in reverse. So this means that you're a person who stands out, and you're teaching this. This is who you, by you being who you are, being authentic, just genuinely, because this isn't anything that's like outside of like regular everyday living. It's nothing. There's no major arcanas here, because sometimes that's how I know when it's like something that you're having to like emanate into the world. This is just you living. You don't have to do much, because it's the minor arcana. So you don't have to do much. Just by you being who you are, individuality, you're sharing a gift with the world. You're showing people how to persevere, how to take slow and steady practical steps, how to have long-sighted vision, you know what I mean? And usually, so with the 8 of Swords in reverse, this is about teaching people how to release themselves from self-limiting beliefs, you know what I mean? And like repeated mental patterns, repeated mental thoughts, you know what I mean? Self-limiting thoughts. This is when you pick those skills up, when you were like not feeling too grateful, when you were so this is all right. So look, this is like in a period of time. So if you haven't recognized the skill, because this is what the tarot was for. The tarot was for if you haven't recognized the skill, or haven't recognized that you possess the gift, this is how you'll recognize it. And so it's the 4 of Swords, 3 of Cups, and 8 of Swords in reverse. And so for me, this is about resting. This is when you're contemplating or sitting, or feeling like it's kind of like you're feeling like you're worn out, like you've done so much and things just aren't like, I want to say going in your favor, but it's deeper than that. This is more like when things are okay, when you're like at a homeostasis, when things are like they're calm, and you're not stressing too much. There's this energy of when you kind of like doubt that things can get better, or you're not grateful for what things are going well. Because for me, the 3 of Cups in reverse, is a feeling of like not being grateful or the end of a ceremony, but it's only because, it's a disgruntledness, a sadness, but paired up with the 8 of Swords, it's still limiting beliefs, but like fluctuating between, confidence and coming out, confidence and then going back in, and so you have that. This is where you'll be like learning that you have a gift for exposing your individuality and exploring and expanding on it and allowing other people to do the same thing. With meditate and contemplate, that's that energy of being able to think things through, and sometimes dreaming things into reality. So that would be like a gift just by being you. You dream things into reality and then act on them, but their authenticity, pushing them through with confidence and with pride in yourself, with a healthy sense of ego. Whenever the solar plexus shows up, this is usually a healthy sense of ego. And then here we also have crown chakra as well, which is about spiritual enlightenment and spiritual downloads that are being given to you. And even here with the 8 of Swords, this is just not being aware of the information that's being given to you, and that's why you keep repeating the same mental cycles. So this would be in the time when you're going to discover it, when you're like repeating the same mental cycles, repeating the same self-limiting beliefs. This is when you're going to recognize that you have a gift for your individuality and getting things done, pushing forward, with resilience, with strength, with practicality, with far sight, pretty much. So you may be, in a period right now where you're kind of like feeling like, or repeating like patterns like your mother, like your father, or noticing traits and behaviors that are similar to your mother or your father, or expressing beliefs that are similar to your mother and your father. Because observer and relief, observer, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Hey, but observer, okay. Observer in reverse is usually a change of perspective, and when I look at Taurus, I know Taurus, because of the Hierophant, is about beliefs. And that's a big thing here. This is what allows you to express your individuality, when you can change your perception on your beliefs. So your spiritual gift that you're sharing with the world is being your authentic self and showing others how to change their beliefs, showing others how to change their perspective on what is a traditional belief or what are their traditional values, because Taurus rules values, and you're teaching them to do this through contemplation, through actual time alone. So this is almost like hermit mode, through real contemplation and weighing the pros and cons of situations, and that's kind of like where this is with this 4 of Swords. But in the 4 of Swords, where you're going to discover this energy, because I keep going over it again, because it's important to know, when you're going to discover this gift or this talent is when you're going to be like feeling like you're all worn out, and like you're not able to, get a break, or you're not able to rest. It's a feeling of like things just aren't going well, but it's really because you're not acknowledging the good things that are going well. Instead you're telling yourself, this isn't enough. This isn't doing what I needed to do. I'm not being who I can really be. I'm not as strong as I think I am. Like, all these are self-limiting beliefs. And this is in that area where you'll be, people aren't really here for me. People aren't really supporting me. It's that energy. You'll have that type of energy when you're sitting and contemplating. And then that's when you'll realize that you're just an individual, that you have your own gifts, talents, traits, and that some of these beliefs that you're thinking, or some of these thoughts that you're considering, or that you keep cycling over, aren't even your thoughts. They're thoughts that have been shared with you, from generation, or from passed down from friends, from family, from society. These aren't really your beliefs. So through sitting alone, this is when you're going to recognize it, because it's going to be because these are thoughts and these are feelings. So this is like a wave to me. Whenever I see thoughts and feelings in reverse, self-limiting thoughts and then feelings of being unhappy or disgruntled, And that's when you recognize it, when you're in contemplation, which would be that Four Swords. So when you're in contemplation, you're going to recognize this. And this is how you know when your gift is about to come or about to show itself to you, through sitting by yourself and feeling those feelings, like riding that wave of emotion. And it's going to express itself to you. And then you're going to recognize it. All right. So here's your advice. It says, prayer. Dear guardian angel, to you I pray. When I'm fearful, help me remember that only love is real. When I'm lost, help me find my way. When I'm confused, help me to regain clarity. When I feel lonely, help me feel your loving presence. Where I perceive chaos, help me to see order. Thank you. All right. So, pile 1, that was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the 3rd house. Boom. Pile 2. So, pile 2. What spiritual gift were you meant to share with the world? Spiritual gift you were meant to share with the world. I'm feeling like it might be music or some form of self-expression, something that gets you seen, because you have Star, Unfinished Symphony, we have Star again, we have Expect Powerful Change, even though we have Star and we have Rebel, or Rebel. So I feel big on your intuition is one of the bigger gifts here, but it feels like you have a lot of talents or like a lot of gifts to share. And more so, it deals with like your intuition, deals with your emotions and your speaking, because you have throat chakra here, and I haven't seen this in a long time. And this is about speaking with conviction. So you have a lot of emotion, and you know how to speak with conviction, or you know how to sing with conviction, or you know how to do something with your voice with conviction, or or you're open to listening to others, because throat chakra isn't just about speaking your truth. It's also interpreting other people's truth, and listening clearly with intent. And so here, this is like you have an energy of, other people are listening to you. Your voice is heard, and it comes through some form of art craft, like I said, could be music, could be, or just some type of unorthodox way of sharing emotions and feelings. Because with Mouse Spirit in reverse, this is you not getting tied down by the details, so you're a person who's sharing with people the abundance of, I want to say creativity. It got to be creativity, but it's through your voice, through communicating. So I couldn't say exactly what the gift is, but it's got to be multiple gifts, because you have abundant universe will provide, which means that there's always enough for you. There's more than enough for you, and so this time that you're going to recognize that you have this gift or this talent, and this talent is for, so when Moon shows up, Moon always gives me the feeling of like following your instinct, and of knowing what certain situations need, and so with the Mouse Spirit in reverse, and with this Aries energy, time to take action. I know this of being like, you don't really always have to have a plan. With this Rebel energy, you just kind of like follow your intuition. That's what your gift is. That's it. But it deals with creativity as well. So you have a whole bunch of gifts. It's not just one. Because I see Aries energy as being entrepreneurial. And because you have this Buffalo spirit, this is abundant universe will provide. This means that you have an abundance of talents, of skills, of gifts to share. and it's not like Sagittarius energy, it's Aquarius energy, so it's futuristic stuff. It's like you can feel things that are coming. That's for one, and that's with your intuition, because there's a lot of blue here, which is your third eye chakra, and then so that's very big here. And you have, a little bit of a psychic ability here. So you're like a triple threat of some sort here, maybe a multi-threat. I don't know, because you got a lot. You could talk, you can act, you may be physically strong. You may be, kind of like dimming yourself down to kind of fit in so people don't recognize how strong you really are. That's really what I feel like. But I feel like you're unorthodox with the way that you do things, the way that you share your emotions, the way that you perceive other people, like your instincts really pick up on what things are not said. That's one of your gifts that you're sharing with others. You're showing the world how to pay attention to emotions, or to like emotional cues or something like that of the sense. But you're very, you're not super analytical. You do have the ability to be analytical, but you're not like stuck on the details of things. You're more of a, trusting in the universe, trusting in your own spirit, trusting in your own intuition, and then trusting in your voice and your ability to speak and get your needs met, or your ability to speak and hear, or your ability to receive other people's truths. You have that ability. It's a lot going on here. Like, you have star quality, star ability, So expecting powerful change. So it's like your creation. So whatever you create, whatever it is that you are a manifester of, it creates great change in other people's lives. You have a big gift, and through your emotions, you're able to perceive what it is that other people need. And then kind of like, so you could be like, for sure, a healer, so that's for sure. Even with this star, this is going to be an energy when you're tending to your own garden and unsure of what steps to take for, or unsure of how to speak your truth. This is when you're going to recognize the gift. You're going to recognize the gift when you're like feeling foggy headed, because this is where you have to use your intuition with the Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords in reverse. This is the energy of when you need to use your intuition, because you're not sure. You can't really communicate how you feel. So instead, you have to feel it, and just kind of like allow it to come to you. And so your talent and your gift to the world, to share with the world, is the ability of recognizing your own intuition and how to basically maybe put it into words and make it change people's lives or change the world. You're a person who doesn't have to pay attention to the minor details, though you can. You don't have to. You just trust in spirit, and then through your voice, through communicating your feelings, and through your voice, you change a lot of people. So you could be a singer, you could be what do you call it, ASMR or something like that. It's just something with your voice. Could even do tarot. You could do podcasting. Reading, like, how you read for Audible and stuff like that. Like, you could be something like that, something with your voice and the way that you communicate and speak your truth through your feelings and your emotions in an unorthodox way, and it's like you just pretty much trust in spirit, and through the way what you create through your creations, you create a powerful change in other people. And you may be an entrepreneur, because I see Aries energy as always a person who's a competitor, someone who's going after what it is that they really want. They're an entrepreneur. They can stand on their own. And I put myself first, so that way I can provide for others. And so that's where you're being this energy of like healing that stage where you're not quite sure, what's best for you, or what next step I should take, or what maybe you have a lot of options, a lot of opportunities to like express yourself, and you're not quite sure in what way to do it. This is when that gift is going to come to you. This understanding is going to come to you when you're actually just tending to your own garden, working on, your hopes and your dreams, getting towards them, like thinking about like, what is best for me? Like, what, like what should I do? Where should I be? And that's kind of like what the star is in reverse for me. It's more of I had hopes, I had some dreams, but they didn't kind of play out how I hoped. So now I need new dreams, I need new hopes, but what, what can I do? Where should I be? Maybe things aren't happening the way that I thought they were happening. Maybe I'm not seeing things clearly. And that's when you're going to recognize that you have a talent that changes people's lives. All right. And this has to do with your intuition and your communication, or just your singing ability, your voice. It has to do with your throat chakra and, speaking a truth and listening to other people's truths, or being open to other people's truths, and like I said, you could be a music producer, or, like I said, a singer, but there's something here with music. You could make beats, something having to do with like the throat chakra, or communication, and it allows you to use your intuition, because this is all in, you're like multifaceted when it comes to gifts. So, yeah. But your voice is heard. You're a strong communicator. That's what's really popping out here. It's like you have great intuition, strong communication. You're allowing of things to happen for you, and you're changing the people and things around you through your artwork, through your craft. Following your instincts to get it done. All right. So I feel like I'm running in circles. So I'm going to read you your advice so we can get going. Star, believe in yourself. You are a wonder of creation. Wash away all fear and discover you are a shining star. Allow all around you to just be. Let go of trying to control life, for the light of your soul will guide you always towards love. Remember, stars are born through explosions of love. Love illuminates all things. Never forget, you are truly a shining star. You must be a star. You might be a celebrity. That might be who you really are. And I don't mean your local celebrity. I mean a real celebrity, where people recognize you, across country, across globe. You might be a celebrity. And you may not recognize it. That might be what's going on during that time, where you may not be recognizing that you are a star. You may not be seeing the truth here with this Two of Swords in reverse and the star in reverse. You may not be seeing the truth that you're already a star. All right, so pile 2, that was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and that's Leo in the 3rd house. Boom, pile 3. I just noticed that I ain't really been saying the signs, so I ain't going to say it here either. But we are going to do a great reading. So, pile 3. Oh, this looks like it's kind of short. That's cool. It's still going to be good, because you are here to show people about confidence and how to expand on getting the things that they really want while being able to share with other people. So you're learning about generosity and not being a loner, bringing people into the fold, because we have wolf spirit in reverse, which is about not needing to learning, not pretending to know everything, being open. But this is being open to learning new ways of being, learning new ideas, because you got Sagittarius here. So you have an ability to be open, to bring other people into the fold, to create community, to put your pride to the side. But you show a lot of people confidence because you're able to take care of yourself. You're able to protect them. So you're like I'll say your gift is to bring in like a lot of people. You know how to bring in a lot of people. That's like a big talent. That's a gift that you have, of bringing a lot of people together, and making people feel protected and safe and taken care of, and because you have Queen of Wands and Queen of Coins, and those are the two warmest queens. The other queens are a little colder, a little hot and cold, or a little shifty. Not in a bad way, but just, a little shifty. They're not quite like these two queens. This is fire and earth both ways. All right. So the Queen of Wands, she is a compassionate person. She is compassionate. It's just not really spoken about. She's a warm-hearted, she's very encouraging. And it's the same thing with the Queen of Coins. She's warm too as well. She has the intention of nurturing something, of watching something grow and inspiring. So they both have an energy of inspiring. So, and then with this Leo energy here and this Sagittarius energy, this is that energy of, speaking life into people, bringing people together and nurturing them and bigging them up and boosting them up, making them feel protected, making them feel battle ready, giving them the confidence that they need, not making them feel excluded with this wolf spirit in reverse, because wolf spirit in reverse, I always think of wolves as like a lone wolf, even though they run in packs. When I see a wolf, I think of a lone wolf, but they, in reverse, this is recognizing that you're not alone, and creating large amounts of people or the ability to get large amounts of people together. So you may be like a party promoter. You could do like through like conventions. You could have like a social media platform. You could be running like monthly classes. How to organize big things or know how to bring a lot of people together, magnitudes of people together. And I say magnitudes, so it doesn't just mean like 4 or 5 people. You may just be bringing 4 or 5 people, but this is going to be at a time when you're just like, so when you're going to recognize this talent is when you're being selfish, right? And being like contentious against other people. When you're trying to like compete, you're going to recognize that you're able. So you're going to be like confident in your abilities, but selfish with like your resources and not wanting to share and not wanting to bring other people in. You know what I mean? Because the Queen of Coins in reverse is about holding resources, not really wanting to allow other people in. Like not because any Pentacle in reverse is like holding. Unless it's like releasing, but this isn't a release. Queens is like, this is her bread and butter. So you're gonna be holding on to the things that you really care about or that you really want or that you really value. So it may even be, this could even be beliefs, but normally this has to do with like physical, you know what I mean? So you may even be physically healing from a fight or physically healing from a disagreement or a battle or from competing where you feel like you need to like hold your stuff. You're not gonna really be wanting to share with other people, because you had to fight for this. You had to, defend to get what it is. But, and it's like, it's gave you a level of confidence from having to like best people out and get what was yours. And now you're holding on to it. And that's when, in this period in time, that's when you're going to recognize that you have a natural ability to be able to bring other people in, because I guess you're not going to be wanting to fight anymore. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be able to like let your guard down. That's really where it's all at. Because the lone wolf is what I'm seeing is a lone wolf. It's like you may have had this inclination of always needing to do things on your own or be separate, because this wolf with ambition gives me that drive of like, yo, I'm going to get it done on my own. And Sagittarius is a roamer. So you're like a free spirit person who goes and gets things on their own and alone, and usually ego and self-confidence gets you far in getting the things that you want. But you're learning that you have a natural ability, you have a hidden gift or a talent. It's not even a hidden gift, it's just a gift in general to bring in large magnitudes of people, to create communities, to make people feel loved, needed, and cherished. All right? You're like a teacher maybe, through experience. Yeah. You're like a teacher. You teach people confidence and like how to deal with conflict. You teach people how to be at like how to be part of a society or how to be part of a community or how to be part of a family. You have a natural, it's a natural gift for this. This is what it feels like, because these are like natural talented things. Queen of Coin, Queen of Wands, this Leo energy, Sagittarius energy. These are people who can get things done on their own, but they get a lot more once they start bringing people into the fold. And so even with this, like I said, with this wolf spirit, I see it as, that lone wolf. So you've learned through fighting and defending yourself to defend other people, to bring in other people and to make them feel included and not excluded. To make people feel part of a whole. That's what you have a gift for that. You have a talent for that. There's a skill for that. And this is going to be in a time when you feel like you're always needing to protect yourself against other people. You're going to recognize that you can do this, that you can protect other people. That other people need this same type of protection. And that's when you're going to recognize that you have the ability to create a larger community of people who need that same protection, and you're willing to protect them and stand up and give them the information or the teaching that they need to grow and become more ambitious. So you could be like a life coach, a counselor of some sort, because this is like bringing a community, even a tarot reader, a Reiki master, or you throw classes on the weekend for whatever, where you bring people together. You got a gift for that, and that's what's needed to be shared with the world. Of bringing people together to make them feel included and not excluded. All right, so you're learning to be confident, stepping forward, exposing yourself, sharing the light with people. All right, so this is your advice, Pile 3. Conflict. Feelings you have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants. And this is the primary cause of stress in your life. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you would love, not what you think you should. So, that is your reading, pile 3. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the 3rd house. Boom, pile 4. So, pile 4. What spiritual gift are you meant to share with the world? Oh, wow. Well, okay. I didn't use the tarot here, so I forgot. All right, so your gift is something that's going to put you in the public for sure. It's going to have you known, have you seen, because we have Midhaven, and this is about the pinnacle. What was that up? We'll go like it is. What you think? That was up? I think it was. We'll go with that. All right. Yep. Okay. And I see why. All right. But basically, you're going to be evolving. All right. So you're going to be teaching people this for sure. This is solar plexus chakra here. All right. I'm seeing it twice. All right. So this is about being generous and changing the perspective, okay, of fame or of changing the perspective of dang, what is the word? For recognition, like you're changing it, like, so what, like statuses, you're changing what's considered status. All right. You're learning to immerse yourself into conflict. All right, because we got Cancer energy here, which is about, in this deck, this is about protecting yourself or feeling like you need to protect yourself. Like this, the protection that you've used or the shell casing that you've used to protect yourself is now hindering you from allowing other people to get closer to you. All right, and so that's what's going on here, because you're learning to step outside of your comfort zone. So you're sharing this. The gift that you're going to be sharing is learning to be authentically genuine with people and learning how to be authentically loving. This is like unconditional love. This is through chaos and conflict. You know what I mean? Like you're changing the core belief, or you're changing because the midhaven here is having to do with your career though, but it has to do with like authority as well, like a level of authority, because they say usually it's in the 10th house. It's not always in the 10th house, but when it is, the 10th house is Capricorn energy. And so this has to do with the inner authority, you know, and it has to do with the way that you see yourself, how you project yourself into the world, you know. And you could be a Leo, because I got a lot of Leo energy, right? You could be a Leo, you could be a Gemini, you could be a Cancer, you could be an Aries, could be a Taurus, could be an Aquarius, all right? Or you could be a Virgo. Now, or Capricorn, because we have the midhaven, which represents the 10th house, which is Capricorn. All right, but what I'm getting is you're evolving, you know, because what you're changing is not just core beliefs. What you're changing is like your inner authority, like who makes decisions. You're teaching this to other people, how to make their own decisions in chaos, you know, how to make their own decisions when life is giving you lemons. You know, how to make the best of it and how to power through. Yeah. Because when the answers are coming, this is about you trusting in your own intuition. Because it's blue. It's blue here. And with the fall is actually going after going after opportunities or taking opportunities against the best the better judgment of other people. Because there's two people back here and they're kind of warning him like, hey, you're about to fall off this cliff. But really, he already this is like the like thin line between being a genius or being a dummy. Where you're changing the perspective of how things used to be. You're changing the way of how you used to be because stepping outside your comfort zone, and this is through trusting in your intuition. So you're learning a level of evolution through personal power and through authenticity, through being who you genuinely are and choosing you first. But this is, so with generous of spirit, this is about also teaching other people how to do that. So you're teaching other people how to find their power, how to find their emotional depth, how to put themselves out there, how to put themselves first. You're showing other people how to not listen to what other people are saying or to naysayers. You're teaching them how to have pride and respect in themselves and how to handle the conflict, how to move forward through that conflict. You might even be teaching them how to be entrepreneurs, because this is here with the chaos and conflict, or how to maybe, what I'm thinking, maybe you could be teaching people how to build businesses, what I mean, how to like you're teaching entrepreneurs or first time business owners how to build businesses or something like that, what I mean? Or you're teaching people how to, it's like you have a skill of teaching people how to own their power, how to own, how to like handle the struggle, how to get outside of their comfort zone. You're showing them how to trust in themselves, how to build up their own confidence, how to believe in what they believe in and go forward for their own success and put themselves out there. You're teaching people how to put themselves out there, what I mean? Like to get outside of what they've always known. You could be a motivational speaker. That's what it is. Like it took me a little bit to work it up, but that's what it is. Like you're teaching people, and it's through like feelings and emotions and through, like having your own level of inner authority, because these are lined up. This is what I'm really seeing, like all this yellow, this was lined up. This is solar plexus chakra. This is about letting yourself be seen, but this is what you do for others. You tell them or you show them how to put themselves out there. And this is going to come at a time when you yourself are afraid of new beginnings. When you're feeling like you're not quite going in the right direction or having any clear intentions. This is when you're going to recognize that you have a talent for that. So during that time when you don't really know where, so it's like you're going through, you're trying to make it through, so you're teaching people, your gift is teaching people how to make it through what you've already been through the difficulties, through the, through trials and tribulations, through repeated cycles, through not really, feeling like you're able to give it your best, but really wanting to, being persistent, even when you don't really know where you're going. You know what I mean? Like that's what chaos and conflict is similar to as well. Like with this energy here, that's when you're going to be recognizing all this when things are going wrong and going awry. You're not quite sure if you're getting it right, if you're going in the right direction, but you just keep persisting and you keep pushing forward, even if you're not quite sure if you're doing it right. That's when you're going to show other, this is when you're going to recognize that gift, that you're showing other people how to put themselves out there, how to go against naysayers, how to believe in themselves. That's what you're doing. You're going to be teaching people that. So if you're not already doing that, that's what's going to be coming next. You know what I mean? So this is the energy of showing people how to take control of their life, take charge of their life. So like I said, you could be a Reiki, you could be I said Reiki, could be a Reiki master, but I was thinking like a life coach, a business, professional who teaches people how to create businesses, how to create even websites, you know what I mean, or something like that. Like, because this doesn't have to necessarily just be in the physical form of manual labor. This could be also teaching people a new skill or talent. But this is about teaching people to trust in their own beliefs, and moving forward to put themselves out there, like trusting in their talents or their skills and putting themselves out there. That's what your gift is, to show people that, to put themselves out to where they can be seen no matter what's going on, and to be able to weather the skills of the tide, to dig deeper in their core beliefs whenever there's issues at hand, whenever there's conflict or chaos. That's to dig deeper into their core beliefs or dig deeper into their emotional well and feel themselves up, where they don't need the validation of others when they're going through a hard time. You know what I mean? You're teaching people that they only attract what is for their highest good, pretty much. Because with step outside your comfort zone, this is that North Node energy. This is going towards where you're meant to grow, where the soul knows that it's going to experience the most growth. So you're teaching people to get outside of that, where it's scary, where it's not really charted waters. You're teaching people how to do that. You know what I mean? You yourself have learned to do that, or will be learning to do that. And then that's going to be your gift, to basically be a guide, to show other people, and dare I say, you could be a spirit guide, right? And even if you aren't doing anything spiritual, if you're doing it from the heart, this is an act of spirit. And so this is what you'd be doing. So let me give you your advice. Positive outcome. At this very moment, you are sowing the seeds of your future through your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes. Whether through love, fear, or indifference, you are always creating something. So remember, keep your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes positive, and you will create a positive outcome. So, I'm going to give you other signs. You could be an Aries, could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, could be a Taurus, could be a Scorpio, could be a Leo, could be a Virgo, could be a Capricorn, could be a Cancer. All right? I just wanted to give you all that. Anyway, Pile 4. That was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the 3rd house.